This is the third annual Wheeler Dodgeball Benefit Tournament here at Westland College, Saturday, August 14th, 2010. And today we have 45 teams here supporting our cause, our charities, Horizons Hampton Roads, and the Samaritan House.
And what gave you the inspiration for this? The movie?
Partially the movie, but actually there was going to be a tournament up in Richmond about 4 years ago. And we got our uniforms, we put our team together, we practiced, and all of a sudden the tournament didn't happen. And we said to ourselves, we can do this. So we put together a planning committee and literally in 6 months put it together. And we had our first charity event here at Westland College back in 2008, and we had 21 teams and netted $15,000 for charity.
So this has obviously evolved and grown over the years.
Yes, and last year was 35 teams, and this year is 45 teams. So each year it's grown in team count. And last year we generated $25,000, and our goal this year is $40,000.
So how do you get all these teams to participate in this crazy event?
It goes back to your childhood when you played dodgeball, kickball, and when you literally talk about dodgeball, and it really is just the success of the movie itself, but when you talk about dodgeball, childhood memories, fun, outside, summertime, it's really an easy sell. And you put your marketing information together. We set up a website, dodgeball.com, and one thing led to another, and here we are today.
So some of these teams take this pretty darn seriously.
Very seriously. We have one team out of Maryland that's traveled down for the last 2 years, and they are truly the traveling professional team. Everybody else is more like us at Wheeler Interest, where we obviously have another profession, and this is just all about fun.
So it's about fun, but it's also about supporting which causes?
Both the Samaritan House, which is new this year, and then Horizons Hampton Roads. Horizon Hampton Roads is a summer enrichment program for underprivileged children during the summer. Keeps them in school and they don't fall behind. They progress with their reading and their math and their English and so forth. Keeps them off the street, and then when they come back in the fall session, they just pick back up where they left off the previous year. And then the Samaritan House is for battered women and children that are in abused homes, and they put them in a safe environment, get them back on their feet, and get their lives back in order.
Obviously, people don't just show up in shorts and t-shirts. They go to a great deal of effort to impress.
Yes. I mean, and as tacky as this is, it's a lot of fun.
So some of the costuming here is pretty creative. It's
creative, and we are the Wheeler Bunch, aka the Brady Bunch, and I am Mike Brady. Maybe Mike Brady on a little bit of steroids, also known as Elvis Presley, but it works.
So you get to wear some 30-year-old clothes?
And these are not out of my closet. I rented these.
Come on now, don't be too humble about it. Who helps you organize this?
Well, it's what we call a third-party event, and we do it for charities, so we're their third party. The whole office gets involved. We have 32 associates. One lady, Susan Pleasance, is our chairwoman. She's awesome, fantastic. She's been with us for 4 years now. Her job is tenant coordination for the company, for the shopping centers. This was a natural for her to take on because it's people business, people skills. She's putting together the website, puts together all the market information, and Stephanie Jones also, that used to be with us, now has a marketing company called Finch, and she helps us as well outside.
Now you've got some pretty good giveaways here too.
We've got great giveaways. We've had oceanfront homes this year. We have a plane, an hour-and-a-half round trip from here. We've got fantastic dinners coupled with wines. It's just a great event with great opportunity, with great prizes. The biggest one we have is a $5,000 shopping spree at Fairfield Shopping Center. We got together with our merchants out there. It's one of our centers that we own here locally in Kempsville. Got together with them. They put together a gift certificate. We match those gift certificates, and we generate a $5,000 shopping spree.
Now you have a politician showing up too. What's that all about?
Scott Ridgell's coming in. Scott Ridgell's a friend and neighbor. He's coming in, and we are going to pelt a politician. And we've sold raffle tickets, and hopefully there's 40, 50, 60 of them to be had. I don't know if it's all going to happen at one time, literally 40 balls coming at once, or everybody gets one good pot shot. But Scott is very competitive and very aggressive. He'll take it well.
Well, we know that politicians love to duck and dive. So.
And donate.
And donate.
That's right.
And hopefully he's not donating blood today.
That's right.
Any final thoughts, John?
No, this is just a lot of fun. It's again, a wonderful opportunity to come back into the community. You know the old story, you give and you take and you give back, and to pay it forward. That's what this is all about. And what's fun about it is the associates in my firm would not normally have those avenues to do that, and I don't have to really ask them to get involved. they overwhelmingly are excited about it. And now, since this is our 3rd year, they understand it, they know it. We plan 6 months ahead, they get into the rhythm. So it's something a little bit different than just business, it's a diversion. So they get just as much out of it as we do, and also the recipients.
Now I notice you get out there, you get pretty competitive.
Oh, I'm in it. I mean, I'm throwing, and we can't hit you in the head. But you know, anything the head down and below is fair game, and it's a lot of fun. I was the last man standing in this last game, and I'm surprised I dried off, but and we won. I couldn't believe it, we won.
Well, we keep going to these lights long enough, you won't. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Just turn this off. There we go. Get one wide shot. You want to model your fashion? I don't know. Your wife may not.
I'm more of an idea person, and so I'm constantly throwing out ideas how it can be better every time. I used to do major events as a living, so I kind of have that background and throw out a lot of suggestions. And then on the day of, I am just to run around, and I'm sort of a fix-it person. I'm a fixer, and any questions somebody has, I'm going to go find the answer. Problems or just the general help.
So you stop the fights and stuff.
Exactly. Yes.
Now, obviously, there's a lot of passions running high for
There-
this kind of a tournament. It's not all fun and games. There's a lot of competitiveness involved.
There is, and for the first half of the morning, I was the court monitor, and I have to say, on our court, everyone was quite civil, and it was nice. The court next to us, though, I think, was a little bit more highly competitive. So,
Court monitor.
I was a court monitor. Yes.
You wouldn't think that for grown-ups you'd need a court monitor. Well, no, on second thought.
Yes, you really do.
Okay. So some of the ideas you've helped to generate over, this is the third?
This is the 3rd year, yes.
And how has it evolved over the years?
Well, besides the size of it has really evolved, but also just keeping things running more smoothly. I think the first time we had bag lunches, and that got to be kind of hairy, and to have someone like Qdoba come out and set it up for us is so much better. So things like that, where and just the pace of it, making sure people don't get bored, that there's things going on all the time. But another thing that's different is that we would have the drawings at the end. Now we're doing the drawings throughout, so that way, you've got that excitement going on during the whole day instead of having to wait till the very end. So you tweak it every year. It gets a little bit better, and
This is quite an operation.
it's quite an operation.
What, 50, 60 volunteers running around?
Yes, yes, yes. And a lot of them are school age, and they get community service hours for doing it because it is going to charity. So that's nice too.
Okay, if you could just start off a sentence like, our volunteers are great, we have all these kids and so forth. I want to get our volunteers.
Okay. We have probably over 50, 60 volunteers here. And they range from school age all the way up to our senior citizens.
Hey, don't talk about yourself that way.
That's right, I am one of those. And because it's wonderful for the kids, because a lot of them need to do community service for their schools, and because this is going to charity, we're able to give them community service. So we get a lot of the younger kids out to want to help volunteer.
Now, how did you get off from not having to play?
Like I said, I'm the fixer. And the
Fix was in.
Yes. Exactly.
Now, John's a pretty competitive.
He is very competitive.
I mean, it's no mild-mannered Clark Kent out there.
Right. And so, you know what? It's a good thing that I don't play with him. So it's better that I just sit on the sidelines and clap for him.
Or be the court monitor.
Or be the court monitor, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Anything in particular you want to add to it? Just a shout out to any of the folks?
I want to say, the sponsors, everyone, all of the sponsors, it's overwhelming to me how many people came out and wanted to give, either through a major sponsorship or just, we've had people come by and just hand you a $20 bill and say, or a $5 bill and say, I just want, this is so wonderful, we're having such a great time, I just want to give. And so that to me is just from the high dollar sponsors to someone handing you a $5 bill, it's just wonderful to see that everybody comes out and wants to give to both of these charities.
fortunate opportunity to be the tournament director. And so in that capacity, I do get to have my fingers in lots of different pies.
Mm-hmm. And exactly how do you get the job of tournament director? Is it a highly competitive sought after?
I think it would falls to the low man on the totem pole, actually. So I was the new man on the totem pole 3 years ago when we initiated the tournament.
How has it grown over the years?
Fortunately, it has continued to grow on a great curve. So the first year we had 21 teams. Last year we had 35 participating teams, and this year we have 44 participating teams. So yes, we've enjoyed exponential growth, we'd like to think, and we're also hoping that we can give commensurately more to our two beneficiaries.
How does a team get to be in the tournament?
A team can come to us either via the online system at wheelerdodgeball.com, www.wheelerdodgeball.com, or they can call us, or they might hear us on the radio. They might just know that the firm via reputation. We try to make sure that we do as much promotional activity as we can throughout the year. Send lots of saved dates, so they get print material throughout the year just to remind them and to hold the date.
So anybody can play?
Absolutely, anybody can play. Our only threshold is you must be 18 years of age and older.
I see. So are there professional teams that travel the circuit, or are these all amateurs?
Most of these teams are your weekend warrior variety. We do have one team that joins us, or has joined us. This is their third year with us. They hail from the Maryland area. We had a team from Newport News last year. So I think the word is getting out, so we do get some traveling serious dodgeball teams.
So how does it work during the day? Is it a process of elimination?
The morning play actually is all round robin play. So everyone is guaranteed a finite number of matches in the morning. From morning, predicated upon the results in the morning, they will advance either to the gold, silver, or bronze bracket playoffs. And then within those playoffs, there's a first, second, and third for gold, silver, and bronze.
And then you have a grand champion?
We will have, technically speaking, the gold division champion is really your tournament champion. They really earn the opportunity for bragging rights. That would probably be the first and foremost, and they receive a lovely plaque that we hope will adorn their office walls with.
Okay, now we're having a special event here in just a few minutes. A politician showing up. What's with that?
Yes, Scott Ridgell has been gracious enough this year to agree to be pelted. Pelt the politician. So for a mere $20, people can pay to pelt the politician, and Scott Ridgell will take one for the team.
I understand
All for charity.
Glenn Nye showing up to do that.
I'm not so sure about Mr. Nye, but I do know that Mr. Ridgell will be here.
Okay, so everybody just gets to take a toss.
Absolutely, positively.
And of course, politicians love to duck and dodge, so we'll see.
Duck, dodge, we'll see how quick Scott is on his feet.
Any final things you want to add before you jump back in it?
No, I think that's about all I have to say, except that we hope next year the tournament will be even bigger and better.
Thanks, Lee.